beautiful morning down on the Thames foreshore. It was a bit rainy earlier on, but now the sun is out and it's gorgeous, and I'm just wandering along looking at all the lovely shards of pottery on this stretch of beach. Oh, and there's a bit of pipe stem here. There's lots of pipe stems, but this one's got a maker on it by the looks of it. Poplar, that's where the pipe was made. Poplar, and on the other side it's got butler. I'll have to look him up later. Plastic, which I shall pick up and dispose of. Let's go down here and have a look, see what we can find. Well, I haven't found much so far. I have just found, so far, one pipe bowl, albeit with a very distinct maker's mark on it. Look there, there's an A, which is nice, and on the other side possibly an L. I'll have a look later, but I was just giving up when I noticed over there a little plaque. It looks like it could be similar to one which I found last year, which was the alphabet for the Navy, I think. And do you know what it is? It looks exactly the same. I found the other one. Yeah, it is. It's one of those alphabets. Well, fancy that. All is not lost. I have found something. Actually, out of the corner of my eye, I just spotted what looks like another piece of metal over here. It probably isn't, but oh, I don't know. Look, here. This is weird. Maybe this is where they dumped them all. Look, just down here. See it? Just the corner caught my eye. I wonder if it's another one. How strange. I think it is, you know. How bizarre. Let me just give it a rinse. Let's give it a little rinse. Yeah, it is. It's another alphabet plaque, so they must have just dumped a whole bunch of them around here. Can you see what I'm looking at here? It's a pipe. Oh, and it's been there so long, it's fused to the mud. I've just seen this beautiful button down here, but I'm not sure what's on it yet. Let's have a look. I still can't see what's on it. What is that? What way up is it? Oh, it looks like it's something holding a fork. It's obviously some form of military button. It's beautiful. I probably got it the wrong way up. So I can see another clay pipe over here. Just being revealed by the tide. The mud's being eroded away. And so it's just now being revealed. The tide's on the way in, so I'm going to quickly retrieve it before it disappears again. There we are, what a beautiful pipe. Again, looks like it's from the 1800s. Give it a little rinse off. It looks like it's got an initial on the heel as well. So there's a coin down there amongst those bricks. Can you see it? I'll zoom in very slowly. See it? There it is. It's like an old penny. Let's go and see when it's from. It's from 1962. Queen Elizabeth. I can see what looks like perhaps a little earring or something just here. I'll have a closer look. Oh yes, it is. It's a screw-on earring. So it's obviously, it's not modern, in other words. We do have screw-on earrings now, but that doesn't look modern to me. I just saw this bullet here, so I was taking a look at it and then looked down and saw this piece of metal, round metal, and I thought it was probably a washer. But having picked it up, I've just seen that a little bit of decoration on it, so it is a ring. You can see a little hallmark in there. It's probably, I mean, it's not gold, that's for sure. But look, you can see a little design on that ring. Bit worn, and on that side too. So that's a little ring. Oh, what a great find. I love finding jewellery. I do. It's really special. I wonder if it fits. Let's see. Well, it's the perfect fit. It's the perfect fit. I'm looking forward to discovering a little bit more of the pattern when I get home, giving it a little clean off. Thank you, River Thames. So I've just seen this CD wedged between some rocks. Let's see what it is. Oh. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. P Busy Low presents Leave Me Alone. I'm busy. Well, yes, I am busy actually. Leave me alone, I'm busy. Oh, just look at this. This is really beautiful. It's like a piece of tin glazed pottery with a little figure on it, a little person. Now, I'm not too hot on my pottery, but I think that's tin glazed, and I'm thinking probably 1700s. It could be even earlier. everyone, it's a beautiful evening down on the Thames foreshore. It's about 7 p.m. and I am half an hour early for a meeting with the one and only Si Fines. I got the times wrong, but I'm not too sad about that because it's so lovely down here. I'm going to have a little wander around whilst I'm waiting for him. And then when he comes, perhaps we're going to get some luck in the muck.
So here I am with the Queen of Pipes, Nicola White, good friend and fellow mudlark. So Nick, yeah, you don't usually come up this way, do you?
No, I don't, and I was so eager to get here. I got here half an hour early when the water was lapping around my ankles, and so finally, Si Fines is here, better late than never.
Finally, I know, I was waiting for Matt. He decided to get McDonald's on the way, and as always holds us up. I've got evidence, I'll show you the evidence of him dropping his chips as soon as he got out of the car, which is quite hilarious. And we've got Cuffs as well. Long time no see, mate, how are you?
Been a while.
Yeah, good. And Matt, what you got to say, wise words?
No, I haven't got anything positive to add at the moment, but let's get some luck in the muck.
That's the one. He remembers it. Woo! Let's do it, let's get some luck in the muck.
Let's do it. Now there's lots and lots of lovely pottery around here. I could do with my friend Richard Hemery to give me some advice on what it all is. But this bit definitely looks like it could be Roman. Let's see what else we can find. Now, as well as being with Si Fines and Matt, I'm also here with Mike Cuffs, who is just an awesome mudlark. And Mike has found some things that I am so envious of and that I absolutely love. And in particular, you just found this incredible gold mourning ring, didn't you?
Yeah, 1664.
1664? When you spotted it, what did you think?
Well, it came out, I detected it, so it came out of the nice black mud to see the clod that came out. And one bit of the gold ring that was poking out was a bit with a skull on it. And straight away I was like, I'm 100% sure I know what this is.
God, so it's a mourning ring. So they used to make them quite a lot in the 17th century, didn't they? When somebody died and then the family or friends used to wear these mourning rings with a skull.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's got the initials and the date 1664, which is quite appropriate because that was when we were just discovering about the plague actually then.
Yeah.
So yeah, that and many other incredible finds. What's your Instagram site, Mike? Mike_mudlark_cuffs. Yeah, if you want to see some absolutely amazing finds, then take a look at Mike's Instagram because it really is something else. So what are you hoping? Well, you've just found a trader's token, haven't you? You just strolled on down here and found a trader's token.
just laying on top of the sand.
Just laying on top of the sand. And I bet I walked over it about 5 times.
It's very encrusted and worn, but you can just about see a shield or arms there. Should be able to identify.
So you might be able to find, you'll be able to find out later.
Just about see a date there, I think 16 something.
16 something.
Be like 1648 or 72 or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, now you've found that, I guess the pressure's off, isn't it, really? So what else do you want to find?
A hammered would be nice.
A hammered.
Nice silver hammered or gold.
Okay.
Well, extremely lucky.
Well, good luck, and I'll check in with you later and see what you found. So down here you can see lots of pins, and there are also some lace shapes here, like shoelaces, to stop lace or ribbons from fraying. A bit like shoelaces. I'm also here with Matt, the famous Matt. You know Matt.
Oh yeah.
Matt, have you got anything?
Not much, just a bit of a printing press. I've got my glasses on so I can't see what whether I got it the right way up or the wrong way up.
Yeah, you're asking the wrong person. Lots of pins.
Lots of pins and a couple of little bits of lead. But nothing else at the moment.
Early days though, isn't
Keep
it?
on looking.
Early
The
days.
signs are positive.
Now we might have a little pipe extraction here. See that bowl? Just here. Let's see. Ah, it's just a bowl. Mike, have you found anything else today?
Half a rose farthing
Half a rose farthing. Ooh,
and a few
I'm
beads.
blinded by your light. Half a rose farthing.
See somewhere. One of these. That's the beads. A little cufflink stone.
Shadow. Oh, so you've got a couple of little tiny beads. Oh, they're nice.
A little cufflink stone. It's very
Oh yeah,
warm, but.
a cufflink stone.
And where's the rose farthing? There it is.
Oh, crikey. I'm surprised you even recognise that as a...
Just about see the rose on that side.
Right, so that's half a rose farthing. Charles II.
Charles First.
Charles
Them ones.
I. Brilliant. So you've done quite well, really. You've done better than me.
A few odds and sods.
Hi everyone, thank you very much for watching. I hope you're all well. Welcome to my studio. You may have noticed that that video was made up of a few different outings. You might have spotted the different coloured boots and the various trowels going back down the ages. I've been reaching back into my archives for some footage that I haven't yet showed you. Now the best thing to do when you're having a bit of a sparse outing on the River Thames is to find somebody in your company that has found some marvellous objects and hijack them. So before I show you what I did find during those outings, I want to just tell you a little bit more about Mike or Cuff's absolutely fabulous gold 17th century mourning ring, because it has a story that really just deserves to be told, and it was such an appropriate find to find at the moment during this pandemic that we're going through, and I'll explain why. So Mike's mourning ring that he found, it's gold and it has a little skull on it. It's a mourning ring, a memento mori ring. They were very popular right back from about the 13th, 14th century, I think, and his is from the 17th century. And they were worn in memory of somebody who had died, and in fact often it was the person who died that paid for the ring and who bequeathed the rings to their friends or family in their will. And often they were engraved with initials and the date of the day or the month when the person died. And on this occasion, we're very, very fortunate, or rather Mike is very, very fortunate, because the date is on the ring and so are the initials. So the person who died, their initials were E.G. So it says on the ring E.G. and then obit, which means died in Latin, May 1664. In fact, I think it even says the day. Yes, it does. The 25th of May 1664, E.G. So that's when this person died. And it's that date that is just very, very relevant to what we're going through right now, because it was in the 1660s that England was hearing a lot of reports about the plague in other countries. And it was actually in May 1664 that a 40-day quarantine was imposed on ships and people coming in from other countries to try and control the spread of the plague. So I just thought, wow, you know, he's just found this ring at this time. How relevant is that to this pandemic that we're going through? And we're all at the moment so used to this word quarantine and isolation. And I also found out some interesting information about the word quarantine, which I didn't know. Maybe some of you do, but it was news to me. Do you know the origin of the word quarantine? Well, it comes from a Venetian word, quarantinus, I think. I must check, I've written this down. Don't want to get it wrong. It comes from, quarantina, which is an old Venetian word meaning 40 days. And this is due to the 40 days isolation of ships and people practiced as a measure of disease prevention related to the plague. So how interesting is that, to use one of my favourite words? But anyway, it's such a marvellous find, this gold mourning ring. I must admit, it's high up there on my list that I would love to find. And it will, of course, be reported to the Museum of London as treasure. And I have, in fact, found a memento mori ring myself, and I'm going to put a picture of it up in the screen now, and it is nowhere near as impressive as a Mike's. In fact, I think that it's probably the poor man's mourning ring alternative, and it probably dates back to the Victorian times. But you can see the little skull there as well, and sometimes they used to have enamel on them, these rings. So that's the story of Mike's mourning ring. And of course, if you want to try and find out if there are any people with the initials EG who died in May 1664, then please do have a look and see if you can find something. It would be absolutely amazing to find out who it was, who that ring belonged to. But I just thought that story is just too good not to share. And Mike that evening, he also found a fabulous trader's token, so I was green with envy about that as well, because I love trader's tokens. In fact, most of us who do mudlarking love trader's tokens. And he found out that it was issued by a Mary Blower, which is a fantastic name, don't you think, Mary Blower, from Reading, who ran the Grocer's Arms, and it was issued in 1652. So Mike has an impressive back catalogue of mudlarking finds, and he has an Instagram account. I'll put the name up here, and I really recommend following him to see some wonderful artefacts from the River Thames. And in fact, I really recommend following him full stop. And talking about gold rings found in the River Thames, I thought this would be a good opportunity as well, just to show you some of the rings that I have found. One or two of them are gold, not all, but I'll show you them in a moment when I look at my other finds. So I had quite a lot of fun earlier on today looking for the button which featured in today's video, which I found over a year ago, and luckily I finally found it in this tray of old finds, most of which I found before I started doing YouTube videos. So at some point I'm going to have to go through all this lot and spend some more time on them. But here is this button anyway. This is what I found, and it's got like a curious mythical creature on it, which is half lion and half fish, like a lion mermaid really, holding a fork, a bit like Neptune. And it's actually a button from the Port of London Authority. It's a vintage PLA button. So probably a good opportunity to tell you that if you do want to try mudlarking, you need to have a permit from the Port of London Authority, and you can find out all the information on their website. But it's a beautiful button. I just love old buttons. They're so much more special than our modern buttons, I think. So there is that, and I've also been searching all the rings out that I've found over the years, so I can see that there are some here which I didn't pick up. It's a pretty one. This one here gave me a real shock, and of course I hoped that it was going to be a rather huge diamond, but unfortunately that was not to be. But it's still rather pretty, isn't it? A heart-shaped diamond. I love finding rings because they've all got such a special story behind them. Who did they belong to? Why are they in the river? Some of them are tokens of love. Some of them have been thrown away when that love has ended. You just never know, do you, the stories behind these objects. This one is a lot more modern. It's got the rosary prayer on it. Oh, this one is in pretty bad shape. That's seen a bit of action, that one. A bit of Thames action, I think. And this one is a little gold ring with the initials EA on it. Tiny, oops, tiny little ring. And let's have a look at this one. It's quite pretty. Have I missed any in here? No, I don't think so. So I've got a few more that I've gathered up over here. Now this is the one that was in the video. I've cleaned it up a little and you can see the swirly pattern on the side. It's certainly not gold, and it doesn't look like it's silver either, maybe brass. And I don't think any of these are terribly old, probably most dating back to Victorian or Georgian times. This is my most impressive, I think. This is pure gold with a sapphire in it, so I had that made smaller so that I could wear it. And that was a very special find. This one is an early 20th century wedding band. It's half a ring. This one's very pretty. It's got a lovely blue stone in it. Seen some action as well. A lot of these are bent out of shape. These two here, like little signet rings. They're very tiny, maybe worn by children. That one I thought was gold, but it is not. It just is pretending to be gold. Another nice stone. Plain wedding band, probably. That's a pretty one. A tiny one. I thought there was a tiny diamond in this one when I found it, but it turned out not to be a diamond, unfortunately. You can always hope, can't you? You can always hope. A little knot ring, like that one there. A snake ring. I thought this one was perhaps Roman. I was really hoping it was, actually. I thought it looked really old, but the Museum of London said that it's probably quite modern, probably 19th century, but still. You never know, you don't know till you ask. That's pretty. And this one. So, a lovely variety. This one's quite unusual. It's got a person on the front. So a lovely variety of River Thames rings, and I'm sure that they all have a great story behind them. Hopefully nothing too sad. And so now let's have a quick look at the other things which I found, which featured on this video. These two plaques here, I do have another one which I found a few months ago, and it's the phonetic alphabet belonging to the Royal Navy dating back to World War I. So, quite a fascinating find, really. And now I've got 3 of them. Lots of pins, and this little laced shape here. Laced shapes, they usually date back to roughly the 16th century. And the pins, they can be from the 13th, 14th century up to 19th century, up to the Industrial Revolution, and a lot of them are handmade. This is a nice pipe here with a really pronounced maker's mark. It's got an M on it on both sides of the heel. So I think that that's just about it, apart from P. Busy Low's CD, which I found with the waves washing all over it, called I'm Busy. Well, I did look up the musician, and from what I could gather, he is an artist in southeast London, and he does have an Instagram account. I did message him, but I guess he is too busy because I didn't get a response, or maybe he just didn't get the message yet. But if you want to drop him a little message on his latest Instagram post to say that you saw his CD on my YouTube video, that might be quite funny, it might make him laugh. So here is the Instagram address. And apart from that, thank you very much for watching, and thanks for watching all my other videos and all your comments and feedback. I learned so much from you as well, because you all have such great knowledge on so many different things. So between us, we find so much information out about so many of these objects from the River Thames. So thank you very much. And thank you very much as well to Mike for allowing me to talk about his superb mudlarking finds on this video. So have a great week ahead, and I really look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye bye.